Welcome back. It is time once again for Book Club, and my good friend Konrad Stump is back from the Springfield Greene County Library. Good to see you.
Yeah, great to see you always.
Okay, he loves the horror genre. You know Konrad.
That's true.
So, let's see. Number one is the perfect Konrad book, Screams from the Dark.
That's right. This is the scary one. So this just came out yesterday from Tor Nightfire.
Really?
Yeah. So it's brand new, and they're publishing like the most exciting horror that is out there, I think. Everything that they come out with, I love. And this is definitely a heavy hitter because it's edited by Ellen Datlow, who's like one of the most acclaimed anthologists out there, and she's won tons of awards, like or been nominated for tons of awards, the World Fantasy Award, Hugo, Stoker, so just very acclaimed. And then it's also full of like really acclaimed writers like Joyce Carol Oates, Stephen Graham Jones, and so you know, it's all these people like at the top of their game, and they're sort of exploring the theme of monsters, both the supernatural kind and like the monsters among us, monstrous people. And so, you know, and what's so great about them is that they're each able to take this idea, kind of twist it in a really interesting way, and just provide the reader with a super satisfying story. So each one is just
so
really
it's several
great.
Different stories.
Yeah. So different stories by different authors. So each one sort of takes on this theme and twists it their own way.
Do you
so
need
they're
to read
all
it
different.
in order?
No, you can just pick it up, open it up, choose one, and go from there. I always go by like the titles that sound most intriguing.
I think that's what I would be inclined to do too. Wow. All right. So that one sounds great. Screams from the Dark. All right. The next one on your list today, The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager.
That's right.
House Across the Lake.
Yeah. And basically every Riley Sager book is like the event of the summer. So I feel super special because it doesn't even come out until later this month. But I was able to get my hands on an early copy from the publisher, Dudden Books. And I read it in the woods this past weekend with some wine, and I was enthralled.
Really?
Yeah. They're all super suspenseful. They're all page turners, just like very twisty. And so it follows Casey Fletcher, who's this troubled actress, and she's sent into this kind of alcoholic spiral by the death of her husband, who drowns in the waters surrounding her family's lake house. So you see the house at the lake sort of thing.
There's the house.
And so things get so bad that she's sent by her mother, who's this like beloved Hollywood icon, sort of a la Debbie Reynolds, to stay at the lake house to sort of escape the paparazzi and to get her life together. And so she soon befriends this woman, Catherine, who's a former model, married to this tech mogul, and you know, maybe he's trying to kill her. And then, of course, one day she disappears, and Casey is left to sort of puzzle out what happened to Catherine, and did her husband kill her? So it's just super propulsive. Yeah, so much fun.
Oh, that sounds like a good one. All right. The last one, okay, David Sedaris. Who doesn't love David Sedaris? Happy-go-lucky. What's this one?
Yes, I love this. I love David Sedaris. As you may recall, he was here last fall. The library hosted him at the Galois, and I was fortunate enough to get to spend a little bit of time with him, and he was just like the loveliest human being, super kind. And so, you know, he was on this huge book tour. And so we get some insight into that, including some tidbits about his time in Springfield, which is fun.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
And, but what's so interesting to me about it is that it kind of, you know, gives us more insight into like the 2 years that preceded his visit. So sort of where he was when we met him in Springfield. And so, yeah, so we learn about sort of what life was like for him during the pandemic. We learn about sort of the last few times that he saw his dad, who died in 2021. And so, like, obviously, because it's a David Sedaris book, it's really hilarious, but it's also very moving. And, you know, the thing that I just love about him the most is that, like, he can show you the humanity of us all. Like, we're all flawed, but being flawed is totally cool. And, you know, he tackles these kind of taboo or touchy subjects and, like, with humor. And so it's very, very relatable. And you feel like less of a horrible human being.
That would be helpful some days. That's just the boost I need. And of course, he's a brother to Amy Sedaris, who I adore. Can you imagine what it would be like growing up in that household?
Right. Hilarious.
Hilarious. Anyway, you can find all of these at the library, thelibrary.org. Get yourself a library card and just enjoy. Conrad, good to see you.
Yeah, great to see you. Thanks.
All right. We've got more.